Yeah, it is going to be different because Ross and Ross and Justin Klingman were just such big personalities of the program. Even Mike Fee as well, even though he didn't play a lot, they were the personality of the team. So that's our challenge right now is developing a new personality, and all three of those kids, you know, had dominant personalities over the course of the last 4 years. So, when you lose that kind of a group, it takes a little bit of time to see who's going to step up and fill those holes, who's going to talk, who's going to rally the guys, who's going to, instruct the kids on what needs to be done on the court. And that's what those guys did really. Ross and Justin especially did a really good job during the games. He's doing great. And what's kind of neat to watch the progression over the course of 4 years when you come to freshman to sophomore and then sophomore junior, there's just a different swagger each year when you come back, and he's consistently gotten more confident, and he's looks to embrace the challenges more so every year. And this year he's come back just even better, and he's got a nice little swagger about him, a lot of confidence, and he's been practicing great. So we're really looking forward to him having a great year. And he's obviously going to be a marked guy too.
Right.
So how we adjust off of him being shut down from different types of games is really going to determine how good we're going to be, because I think people are just going to come out and try to close him down. Kind of a neat story. We initially recruited him right out of high school at Loyola Blakesfield, and kind of came down to us in a Division II school, and they took the scholarship, which is perfectly understandable.
Right.
And he was away for 2 years, and then the beginning of this year, I got a phone call during the summer, and he was thinking about transferring. So we said, "You bet, we'd love to have him." And I'm very familiar with Mitch's game. I know what he brings to the table. He played in the tough Baltimore Catholic League in high school, and so we're excited about him. I think he's going to help fill some holes for us from our departing guards.
And how about, we'll start first with the freshman, Dan Albernis.
Yeah, Danny, a scorer. Can really shoot it, has good handle, but what we like about him is that he knows how to get the ball in the hole. Slightly undersized, but plays much bigger than he really is. And I think once he starts getting the weight room strength on him, that's going to only take his game to another level.
About him?
Yeah, Jack's very versatile guard, big guard who can play all three positions. Also, what we like about him a lot too is that he can post up as well. He's athletic, can get to the rim, dunk it, and so we're very. He has a lot of wiggle, which goes a long way at this level. So I think he's going to really turn out. Both of those guys are going to turn out to be, contributors for this program.
Right. And how about Matt Roberts?
Yeah, Maddie's a walk-on. Really didn't know much about him. Contacted us during the summer, and we kind of told him the situation. We were pretty well set with recruiting. Came to school and wanted to try to walk on, and so he more than proved himself. We're excited about him. He's a kind of a 6'4"-ish kid that can play inside, outside. He's got great attitude. He certainly has an upside. Comes from a really good high school program, Seton Hall Prep. So he's got a different road because he's a walk-on, but he's just got a great attitude and a great work ethic, and he certainly has a bright future.
Yeah.
Well, I think people are going to be pleased with Kevin Doolin. Here's a kid that started majority of his freshman year. He's obviously 1 year smarter. Got some NCAA experience under his belt, and people that don't know Kevin, he's a tireless worker. He's always in the gym outside of practice working on his game. He's obviously going to be a focal point of our offense. Marcus Thomas, who's basically been a 2-year starter for us, Marcus will do what Marcus does. He facilitates the ball, makes good decisions, can play lockdown D when we need him on a opponent's better player.
He's the kind of guy where you look at the box score and it doesn't look like he did much, but if you saw the game, you talk about how great of a game he had.
Exactly. He's your ultimate utility guy. So, and what I'm really pleased about Marcus is he's worked really hard on his jump shot. we found over the course of last year teams were trying to sag off him and force him to shoot. Well, he made the other team pay their price for that decision. Warren shot the ball well, and he obviously worked hard on it this year. So we're excited about that.
Contributing.
Yeah, obviously Brian. He got some great experience for us down the end of at the end of the year last year with PJ Kelly going down. So certainly we're looking for Brian to continue with what he brought to the team last year at the end of the year. I think people should look for John Vickus, a big 6'9" kid who came off the bench for us. Each year he's gotten better and developed, and most likely he'll be in the starting lineup this year with Brendan.
I think people are still talking about the dunk he had in the NCAAs.
Yeah, he's an athletic big kid that plays like he's 6 foot, but he's 6'9", 240, runs like a deer, blocks shots. He's really worked hard. I'm excited about him too as well. And then Drew Shankweiler, who got a few minutes last year in support role. He'll definitely step up. We're expecting him to play a bigger role for us, as well as Brandon Feinberg. So our inside play, front court is, I feel, very strong. We got a lot of beef there, which we haven't had in quite some time. Probably take you back to the old Elphick O'Donnell era. But really like our front court a lot. And then in the back court, guard spots, Ethan. Again, Ethan's continuing to get better. He's got in the weight room in the off season, gotten a little bit stronger, expanded his range, believe it or not. And so he's off to a good start in the preseason.
But this year you're coming in preseason pick number 3. Is that a little bit of a motivation for the guys in the locker room, or do they not look at that stuff?
No, it's great bulletin board material. We, most coaches would be, I'm lying to you if I don't use it, so I could do the coach talk, but, we expect to be at the top, but Catholic and Susquehanna are deserving, and simply because they have their entire starting fives back, and they're exactly where they should be, 1 and 2. Obviously we lost a ton, so we're right where we should be. But obviously, our goal is to finish in the top again, and hold the net at the end of the year.
We're only a few days away, a week right now, as we talk about, from the season opener. What's the sense around the team? Are they ready to go? Are they kind of itching to get this week out of the way and get out on the court? Yeah,
they're tired of me already. They're tired of each other. They had a great preseason, and now practice. You get to the point where it gets a little chippy because you're just playing against each other all the time. They're ready for some new bodies and other people to knock down. So they're really looking good, and I'm anxious to see what we do.